Welcome to Tales from the Switch Vault, where I, Jim, look back at some of the weird and wonderful games from the Nintendo Switch. This time I headshot my way through Sniper Elite 3. Released originally back in 2014 on PS4, Xbox One and PC, the game was ported to Nintendo Switch as the Ultimate Edition in October 2019. Created by British studio Rebellion Developments, it's the third game in the long-running series and a rare shooter on the Switch. Sniper Elite 3 is a third-person stealth shooter set in Northern Africa during World War II. The player controls OSS officer Carl Fairburn, a sniper and lone wolf. Tasked with sneaking around enemy bases and disrupting the Nazis' plans with stealth kills, sabotage and spectacular sniper shots. Stealth and sniping are core here. The player must carefully sneak around the maps, taking out enemies quietly. There's an excellent quick manual takedown as well that saves on ammo and, depending on your loadout, a silenced pistol for those close-up moments. Creep around to find hidden sniper nests to take out officers and scavenge items from them. There are comprehensive loadouts to select from, with the sniper being the most detailed and interesting weapon in the game. Depending on your difficulty setting, it affects the bullet's ballistics, making shots far harder. Leaning into the physics of this sets it apart from other games. I really like the breathing mechanic, forcing the player to hold their breath to steady their aim. The heart rate will go up, causing a strong HD rumble, applying more pressure to the player. This is definitely my favourite feature of the game. You level up as you play, unlocking new weapons and items to use through your missions. Objectives and missions include killing certain people, finding intel, or rescuing prisoners, among others. There are plenty of additional objectives in each mission to keep you busy. Visually, the game is, let's say, interesting. Though released on PS4 and Xbox One, it also came to PS3 and Xbox 360. The latter shows here. It has massive 360 vibes in both graphics and game design. It scrubs up well enough and looks fine in handheld play on the Switch. Some areas such as the Oasis in the second level look really nice. Overall, it's good enough. Weirdly though, the cutscenes can look a little rough. It really shows its age here. They have very low textures on boulders from explosions that jar against the wonderfully detailed fighter planes. During gameplay though, it's absolutely fine. What really lets this game down is the desert setting. After playing a few levels, the maps get very samey. It's massively lacking variety, which can be quite tiresome. The UI can be a bit overwhelming at first. There's a lot of icons on screen, but the game slowly introduces the mechanics through the opening levels, allowing familiarity. The frame rate sits at a solid 30 frames per second, which is what you'd expect for an older port to Switch. The game's sound design is great, from the crickets chirping in the background to the good voice acting of the enemies muttering to themselves as they wander around. Where it is really clever is incorporating the sound into the gameplay. The crack of the sniper rifle will alert every single enemy the map has onto your position, causing you to flee. To avoid this, you use the loud sounds of planes bombing positions or artillery fire to give the player a small window to crack off a shot without alerting everyone. Otherwise, there's a dozen enemies about to descend on you like a swarm of bees, forcing you to get the hell out of there. Fortunately, great game design comes to the gamer's aid, allowing you to sabotage engines or vehicles to splutter and make loud banging noises. This massively opens up the sniping options for the player throughout the maps. These sounds are limited to a small area, so even adding one or two really helps you get through the games with these massive sniper shots. This is another title for me where you focus so much on the gameplay you barely pay attention to the music. It's fine. The hook here is the slow, methodical pace you need to take the game at. It's got massive Hitman vibes. Though not quite at that quality level, it prioritizes slowly moving around the map, taking the enemy out one by one. Taking a high position and using the binoculars to scout out the enemy and how to make it through these dangerous areas is a lot of fun. Planning is key, ensuring you make it through the maps safely. The game knows it's tough, encouraging the player to save as much as possible. Miss hit or one loud shot at the wrong time, and every enemy will bear down on you. This is where the Hitman comparison really comes in, forcing the players to improvise to get away and hide. You can technically just shoot your way out through this, lobbing grenades and TNT to ensure chaos. That's still fun, though it takes away from the core design here. I must applaud the devs for making this game very action focused, not just sat around in the building for days at a time like Enemy at the Gates. What makes this game, and the series as a whole, stand out is the utterly gruesome X-ray kill cam. Line up a sniper shot on a target, hold your breath and squeeze the trigger, will make the time slow down the camera to follow the bullet. As it zips towards the enemy, depending on where you aimed, it will swap the outer body layout to an X-ray version. You can see the bones, muscles and organs prior to the bullet ripping right through them. Headshots in particular have an over-the-top explosive element to them. It's just so gory, and it proudly wears its uber violence on its sleeve. For me, it's the eyeballs that really freak me out. Hitting a very long-range shot at a specific target is so satisfying, and it takes a while for the thrill of the cinematic brutality to wear off. You can turn these off, though they are the series' main gimmick. Depending on your playstyle, the campaign comes in at around 10 hours long, but you can double that if you're a completionist attempting to finish all objectives in every mission. Additionally, there's co-op for the campaign and online multiplayer with deathmatch, capture the flag and other modes. It's a pretty comprehensive package, including all the DLC weapons and missions. Rebellion is a studio based in Oxford, England, and was formed by Jason and Chris Kingsley in 1992. It began by making licensed games for a variety of consoles, including co-developing Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six for PS1 and The Simpsons game on PS2, PSP and Wii. In fact, Rebellion found a lot of success with portable devices, acquiring several new studios over the years to help make their games. The big turning point was in 2009 with the release of Rogue Warrior that massively underperformed. This led to layoffs at its HQ and the controversy when closing Rebellion Derby and its treatment of departing staff. Following this, the company focused on its own IP and Sniper Elite in particular. Over the years, it has branched out into comic books and more recently films. Sniper Elite 3 sits at a solid 73 on Metacritic, which is about right. It's that sweet spot of a fun game but doesn't necessarily blow everyone away. For those interested, I would look into Sniper Elite 4 as it improves upon many areas and has much better, more varied level designs in my opinion. The series has gone on to sell an impressive 13 million copies. Look, it's not the most sophisticated game, very much an 80s action movie style of go in and kill everyone, but that's some popcorn fun and fans of the genre will definitely get a kick out of it. However, it can be pretty rough around the edges. The AI can be very stupid at times and a small mistake can lead you to reloading again and again. The game's plot has you trying to stop a super weapon, but it's not particularly interesting and neither is the protagonist. As I said, I did tire of the desert levels and that forced me to drop the game before completing it, but actually coming back to finish it now, it was very easy to slip back into those stealth mechanics. I'm always sneaking around in Fallout or Outer Wilds with a sniper, so this very much hit the spots for me. There's such a dearth of these types of games nowadays that it's a testament to the support that Rebellion has given to the Switch. I played and loved Medal of Honor back in the day, so I'm very pleased we have some kind of modern equivalent. World War II isn't the most popular setting anymore, as shown with Call of Duty's pivot to more modern settings. Hopefully we will see Sniper Elite Resistance and the very British RPG Atomfall on Nintendo Switch 2 in the near future. Overall the mechanics carry this game and for stealth fans it's definitely worth a shot. Shoutouts to the developers for the Killing Hitler mission that comes to every game. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe for more weekly Nintendo Switch video game essays and comment below which World War II game is your favourite. Right, now it's time for me to go save Winston Churchill.